Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Online Classroom. Today we are going to discuss about the variables and the data types in Python. So let's go to the topic. So at first we have to know what is data types. Basically, what is the Python data types? So Python is a dynamically typed language, hence we do not need to define the type of the variables while declaring it. It means the interpreter implicitly binds the value with its type. So what I want to mean that if you write C programming or C++ or in Java, if you write x equals to 50, it will shows you an error, because at first you have to define the value, means type of that particular variable, means x must be an integer. But in Python we do not want to declare it. So it means, suppose if you write a equals to 5, so it means your interpreter, so basically the Python is interpreter based language, right? So interpreter implicitly binds the value with its type, means the interpreter implicitly define the value of a as an integer type. Now second question is how to check. The Python enables us to check the type of the variable used in program. The Python provides the type function is there, which returns the type of the variable passed. So it means if we go to the programming, a simple programming, that is a equals to 10 suppose, and suppose b is an string type, hi Python is written, and suppose the c equals to 10.5. so it means here a is an integer, b is a string, and c is a floating point number. Now print type of a. If we write print function, and inside the print if we call a type function, type is a predefined function inside this Python code, and if we call the type function with a, then it will return an integer. And if we type b, it will return a string, and if we call the type function with the variable c, then it will return an floating point number. So let's check it. Okay, so I am using an online compiler. You can use your own compiler also, right? So I am just copy this code and paste it in an online compiler, suppose, and if I press execute then look, type is an integer. So first the type of a is nothing but int, type of b is nothing but str, it means it's nothing but string type, and the type of c is nothing but floating point number. So it's basically, hence it is proved that we do not want to bother about the variables data types, right? So that totally depends on the compiler, we can say the programmer, we can say a software, sorry, and we can say the interpreter. It will automatically binds the objects, right, according to our need, according to our data types, type of data, right? So now again, if we go back to the PPT, so that is called the data types in Python. And there are another question is that the names of the data types, means suppose if I give data name as x equals to a5 or a equals to 5, so it is correct, but obviously there are some rules by which we have to give the names of that particular identifier. The first rule is that the first character of the variable must be an alphabet or an underscore. So it means if you write the variables names, and it must be start with some alphabet, means A to Z, or it must start with underscore, and this rule is fixed for C, C++ or Java. And all the characters are accepted, means A to Z and underscore or a digit, so it is also common to all, right? Now third one is the identifier name must not contain a space, means white space or a special character. So it means if you give a name ABC equals to 5, ABC, then suppose it is correct. Now if I give an identifier name A space B space C or A@B, it is not correct. Now the next one is that identifier name must be similar to any keyword defined in a language, must not be similar to any keyword defined in a language. So it means you cannot give type, as an identifier name, because type is already a keyword, or str, or string is a keyword, is defined inside a programming. So your identifier name must be of anything else. And next one is that identifier name are case sensitive. For example, my name and my M is capital. If I write N is capital, it is not the same, right? So so it means what you write the identifier name, so it is a case sensitive. And next one is the example of valid identifiers. What I told earlier, A123 is valid, underscore N is valid, N underscore 9 is valid, but invalid means your identifier names cannot start with the digit, because we all know that if you go for the compiler, or if you go for the compiler subject or the interpreter, then we all know the tuples. It's nothing but a letter followed by letter or digit. So it means if your identifier names are starting with the digit, it is totally wrong. And this is common to C, C++, Java, Python, maybe MATLAB, in each and every languages, right? And if we write in percentage of 4, it is also not correct. Space is not allowed, right? Now the next one is that object identity. Now it is a very important thing in Python. So what in Python, every created object identifiers is uniquely in Python. Python provides the guarantee that no two objects will have the same identifier. The built-in ID function is used to identify the object identifier. Now, if we consider the following example, now if I write A equals to 50 and B equals to A, and now if I print the value of ID of A, if I want to print the value of ID equals to value of ID of B, and suppose after that if I change the value of A and again if I print the ID of B, then what happened? Means what I want to mean that Python is a fully object oriented programming language. If you write, or if we write A equals to 50, it will create an object of the A. And if we write B equals to A, it means B is points to the A, and obviously the object location or object identifier of that particular B is same as A. Now again, if we run this code in an online compiler, so let's copy paste this code. Okay, I'm just simply copy paste it online compiler. Okay, now this is the code, and if I press execute button, then you can see that the identifier of A and the identifier of B both are same, because A equals to 50 and B actually points to A. But when I change the value of A, means now value of A equals to 500. After that, if I print the ID of A, now again it will change, right? So means for A equals to 50, one ID is created, but when the value of A will change, your ID obviously changed. Now, so that's why in Python we can say it is totally object identity, means no two objects will have the same identifier, right? Now again, if we go back to the PPT, there is another thing is there in Python, that is a multiple assignment. That is also a very important thing, and that is unique in Python. So what is multiple assignment? Python allows us to assign a value to the multiple variables in a single statement, which is known as multiple assignment. Now we can apply the multiple assignment in two ways. Either all values will be same, first one, and the second one is that all value will be different, but we can assign a single line. Now if we consider the following example, that is the first one, x equals to y equals to z equals to 50, it means the value of x equals to 50, value of y is also 50, value of z is also 50. So that is called the single value to the multiple variables, right? And the next one is that multiple variables, multiple value, but in a single line. Now if I write a comma b comma c goes to 5 comma 10 comma 15 means the value of a will be 5, b will be 10 and c will be 15. Now you can run this code. Okay, you can run this code and you can check. So that is a special type of multiple assignment. So we can write in this way in Python, right? Now next one is, it is also important, delete a variable. It means suppose a variable is already created. Now suppose inside the program, now this variable is no longer needed. Maybe happens, right, in real life. So we can delete the variable using the del keyword in Python, and the del is a special type of keyword, okay, in Python, by which we can delete it. Now x equals to 6, suppose print x, del x, print x. What happened? So it means if we run this code, so let's see if we run this code, then what happened, right? So just wait. Okay, I'm just copy paste this code. Okay, now if we execute this code, then at the first time 6 will print, because it is check, or it will print the line by line, right? So x equals to 6, at the first time value of x will be 6. After that print x means print 6. After that del x means now the variable x is no longer is there. Now after that if we again write print x, then what happened? There will be an error. There will be an error, right? So this is an error. So file main.py, py is nothing but extension of the Python file, and line number 6, in line number 6, so basically error in this line. So x is not defined, because in the line number 6 there is no existence of x, because in line number 5 we already delete. Now again if we back to the PPT, now again if so let's go to the PPT. Okay, so that is a del variable, delete variable. This option is also there in Python, right? Now next one is that maximum possible values of an integer, because we know that in C or C++ or maybe in Java, suppose there is a range of integer. So it may, so there is long int is there, double is there, floating point number is there. So means each and every number there should be a range. But what about Python? So unlike the other programming languages, Python doesn't have long int or float data types, because we do not want to declare data types, right? So it treats all integer values as an integer data types, and here the question arises, what is the maximum possible values can hold the variable in Python? Now if we consider the following example, look, the value of a is a long term, right? Is a very long, but still in Python we can compile it. So the Python is a very easy to learn. Why? Because there is a question is that, so do not want to memorize, so I have to write a long int here, or double, or floating point number. No, not required. So just assign and go for it. Your interpreter is there to convert it according to their need, right? Now if we compile again this code, okay, so basically this is the code, I am just copy paste. Okay, now if I execute, look, again the output is there, and by default the type is a long. By default your interpreter, it will assign the value of a as a long type, not an integer. So that is not our headache. That is the total headache of the interpreter, right? So that's why Python is so acceptable to all in real life now, and it is very easy to learn. Now, so this is for today, and the next lecture topic, there are so many things are there in Python also. That is a string, list, tuple, set, dictionary, sorry. So it means In the next topic, we will discuss about the what is string, list, tuple, and what is the difference between list and tuples, and what is dictionary. So it means we can maintain a dictionary in Python also. It is possible, right? So thank you for listening me, and thanks for giving your time. Thank you very much.